So this is Noah, this is background Bob. I'm his mum, I'm Laura.
And I'm his dad, Nathan.
The project started almost by accident. When we went into lockdown, I'm a teacher and I was attempting to balance teaching from home, looking after Noah, and I was getting pretty stressed. And so I asked Nathan to take a little bit of time out of work and give me a hand. And I said, will you take this one and go and do something with him, please? So that's when you got the paints out.
Yep, got the paints out, made him do some painting, and then I thought, why don't we contact a few artists who are friends of ours and see if they'll do a collaboration with us. So we reached out on social media to anyone who wanted to come and collaborate with Background Bob. So they provided a name and address, we painted them a background, we then returned the background to them. They collaborated with Background Bob and then returned it back to us. We expect it to be quite a small project and quite throwaway. We only painted 8 pieces of cardboard initially. And by the end of the first day, over 45 artists had got involved and contacted us. The cardboard was actually his old nappy boxes, which was stored up in the garage because no dustbin men had been coming. But we quickly ran out of cardboard, which we didn't think would actually happen. But a friend of ours came forward and said, I've got loads of cardboard, just come and help yourself. So we were rescued.
Part of Noah's condition is that he has cerebral palsy and his right side is a lot stronger than his left. So he does hold a paintbrush quite well. It's a bit tricky, a bit messy, but Nathan was holding the painted white backgrounds just to his right side, and then just that movement there, he holds the brush, we fill the brush with the paint, and then he moves his hand quite freely, and sometimes it's hit and miss, sometimes it's quite deliberate, but you really enjoy it, don't you?
Most of it is street art, mainly because most of our friends are street artists, and me, Noah and Laura quite regularly go to street art events, but we didn't make it inclusively about the street art. Someone sent an oil painting in, and that then changed our thoughts about throwing it open to everyone, and actually we're really glad we did do that because we got some amazing pieces of artwork back from all genres of art. Originally our aim was to exhibit these in the local children's ward to brighten up the children's ward, but we just got such a great response that actually it became too big, but also due to the COVID regulations, all exhibitions in the hospital were stopped anyway. So Firstsite came to our rescue and offered us an exhibition, which we're really chuffed with. It's a great gallery, but also it's our local gallery. Background Bob loves coming down here. And also it's nice just to give something back to our hometown during these dark, horrible times. Brings a little bit of joy to where we live. The book wasn't initially our idea. It was something our friends kind of kept on saying. It would make a good book, it would make a good book. And then one night we got all the pieces of artwork that we had. I think we had about 80 back, and we laid them all out on the floor. And we just thought actually it would look really good in a book as a collection. It looks great. So we then reached out to a few people to see who could help us out. And Tony Stiles came forward as a book designer. And it was actually a really enjoyable process putting the book together.
The project's been received amazingly well, not just by, first of all, our family and friends, and then on social media. It's all been just completely positive, but the reaction we've had from artists and the feedback we've had from them really has been quite touching, quite humbling, in that this COVID era is so corrosive. It's sort of touched every single part of our lives, our society. Some of them were struggling, like many of us have been. And they were saying things like, this has got me painting again, this got me out of a hole, this got me thinking more positively. And I think for some people, where it was so overwhelming, it just allowed them a little escapism.
The letters that were sent with the pieces of artwork were as heartwarming actually as getting the pieces of artwork back themselves. It's just nice hearing people's stories, why they got involved and what they were going through. But also it became a collection of work where more and more people wanted to get involved, and it grew kind of quite quickly like that. And I think that was because it had such a lovely vibe to it. All of the artwork's going to be sold via eBay. We thought it was the fairest way of everyone being able to access it. It's there for all of the overseas artists and fans and followers to buy it. And I think it's the fairest way for everyone to at least have a go at winning a piece.